Hey guys, Bill coming back at you again with another video. Today it's a beautiful day here in Nova Scotia, 30 degrees Celsius. And today we're going to be checking out the plot that I have all set up for my plant this year. So we're going to check that out. We're also going to check out the Peach Sherbert OGs indoors, grown two different ways. All right, so first off, let's check out the outside plot where we're going to be putting our plant this year. I got to make it quick because this phone's going to overheat. All right, so here we have it, guys. This is the same spot that we grew our black gorilla last year. We had some extra tent poles that we just constructed into this 4x4 enclosure area with a fence around it to keep the little puppies out. And we also have a little bit of just plastic lattice up there and some black mesh, and that is to hide the plant from the road. Now you wouldn't think that just that alone would stop people from seeing, but you can see if you're walking by the house, you can, and you're really looking, you can see what's there. But if you're driving by, that actually works quite well to block out what's in here. But anyway, we are just about ready for 2026, and I have everything. I've taken all the dirt that was in here. I took off any weeds that were growing through and grass. I haven't got behind the cage yet. I'll do that this week with the whippersnapper. And I've turned all the soil in here. I've only added a little bit of soil, and that was just pots that I've used and had to empty somewhere. So I'm just reusing media that I've pretty much already grown in indoors. You can see we have some Pro Mix HP there with the perlite. There's also some clay balls mixed in and around there. And we've just kind of raked it all up, made it a little bit prettier. Now, we're not going to plant anything today, but what I want to do is I want to add some nutrients. We're going to be using Black Swallow Living Soils Organic All-Purpose Mix. It is a 444 NPK. That's what we'll be using to start this grow off. Now, just because I'm not putting a plant in here right now doesn't mean I can't add my nutrients now, and that is actually a good thing to do. Get the nutrients in the soil, water them in a bit. If it doesn't rain, I don't think it's going to rain much here this week, so I will water it in a couple of days and just kind of turn it a little bit. Get those organics starting to break down. I might add some mycorrhiza in here, although I probably don't need it because we're in the outdoors. There's plenty of microbes in the soil that can do all that work for us. So I might add a little bit anyway, but don't really need to. So we're gonna go ahead before the phone overheats, and we're gonna add, it says 1 tablespoon per gallon. I'm just gonna kind of eyeball it and just throw whatever I think it needs in there. Now, I like the Black Swallow. I usually use the Gaia Green, but the Black Swallow nutrients also has biochar in it, which they say is really good for plants, helps to hold on to water, nutrients, etc., and just helps the plants uptake the nutrients. So I decided to go with this. I'm going to put in about 3 we're going to go spread it around even on the outside of where the plant's going to be. There's going to be 1 plant in here, so it's going to be pretty much in the center, but we'll spread this stuff all the way around. And so we got 4 cups there. That should be plenty to start off. We can top dress anytime we like. And we'll just go ahead, just mix it in just a little bit so it doesn't blow away. Which the Black Swallow also, one thing I like about it is instead of a dust, it's granular, right? I like the granular much better. I believe it helps to kind of keep everything in proportion. If you have dust, some of the dust might be heavier than other parts of the mix, but with the granular, it should be pretty even and be distributed pretty even. So there we go. That's it, guys. That's all we're gonna do this week. I'll get my hose out, water it down a couple times through the week, and I'm hoping next week to plant if the weather cooperates. It's 30 degrees Celsius here right now, but this is kind of odd to be this hot this early, and then tomorrow I think it drops back down to 15 or something like that. So we'll play it by ear, see what the weather calls for, and yeah, we'll get this plant in here soon. That being said, let's head inside. We're going to check out the Peach Sherbert OGs. All right, guys, here we are in the Mars Hydro 5x5. We're growing these girls I can't keep them out of the picture. They're so big. We are growing these under the Mars Hydro FC6500 Evo right there, along with the Mars Hydro Ad Light Blue Supplemental Grow Light. We did turn that off last week as I thought that they were done their stretch, but they were just about done all across the board except for this back one here. Now this back plant, this had always been way smaller than the other ones, and come to find out it was just a week behind. Okay, so that being said, they've stretched for another week. I think they're pretty much done now, but you can see they're just about up to the light. Now for being the smallest one, they actually became some of the tallest ones back there. But yeah, we have a completely full tent here, guys. Check this out. Last week we did come in and we did a bunch of cleaning out of the plants down below here. We had done it before we flipped, a week before we flipped, but they stretched so much that we had to come in here and clean out a whole lot more. So it looks much better now. These are growing in the Mars Hydro drip system along with the drainage system, which works so well together because you can automate your watering, and then any runoff you have drips into the drip tray, into that pump box, and then wherever you want it to. You can put it in a bucket to discard it. I have been just running it right back in to the Mars Hydro reservoir and refeeding it. Now, a couple of times a week, I do have to come in here with a 5-gallon bucket, fill it up, check the pH and the EC, top it up with nutrients, and then once a week, I go ahead and I let it use up pretty near what's in there, and then I dump out what's left and put in all fresh stuff. Now, one thing I've also been doing, guys, I've been using this, not all of it, but quite a bit of it. This is the water from the new Mars Hydro dehumidifier. It pulls water out of the air, and I have the hose in it that you can just put into a bucket or a drain, and it fills up a fair bit of water over time. So I know there's some risk of introducing molds or bacterias, but the machine's pretty new and it's just water sitting here, and it just really kind of, I don't want to dump it out, right? I can use it in my gardens and stuff, but I've just been taking it and dumping it right in the reservoir itself. Now, by doing that, I know it's kind of cheating and it is a little risky. I'm not suggesting you do that, but by doing that, I only have to top up the tank like once a week with a 5-gallon bucket just to replace any water lost. Just put nutrients in it, make sure you're up to the right pH and EC. And it's been pretty automated. Like, it's been so easy. And the plants definitely don't seem to mind. I mean, they have done fantastic. There for a while, we were getting an internodal stretch, an internodal spacing that just was not really what we wanted. At that point, we did add the blue ad light, and that did seem to help. Now, somebody did mention it's because of the stage they were in that they started stacking closer together. But I do believe that the blue light did help kind of mitigate that long internodal spacing somewhat. We have some over here, though, like that's stacked really well. A little bit of space there, but for the most part, they're stacked not bad. And if we look here at the close-ups here, let's see, the fan blowing on it. There's plenty of trichomes there already, and yeah, it just seems to be working quite well. Now, that being said, as I mentioned, we're using the drip system, the drainage system, the dehumidifier, and we're also using the sensors, the power sensor to give us good light readings, our O2 sensor, heat and humidity sensor, as well as the soil sensor. And in order to control all that, guys, we are using the Mars Hydro iHub Pro. Really love this technology. I can control everything and see all the parameters on my phone and control whatever I need to control. Whether it be the oscillating of the fans back there or the Mars Hydro exhaust fan. Anything I need to control, I can do it right on the Mars Hydro Pro app, as well as all my other tents, or pretty much all my other tents are fully automated now as well. And I can see it all on that one app, so it makes it really easy. Now guys, if you're interested in any of Mars Hydro's products, whether it be their inline duct fans, their oscillating fans, their lights, tents, drip systems, drainage systems, dehumidifiers, hydroponic systems, sea trays, you name it, they got it. It's great quality gear at an affordable price. And if you're interested, check out all the links I have down below and use my code BWARD and you'll save a little bit extra at checkout. So we've seen what's going on in here in the 5x5, and we've seen that we've cleaned out underneath here a fair bit there last week. Let's go check out the Peach Sherbet in the 4x4 grown in the Mars Hydro deep water culture hydroponic system. All right guys, here we are in the 2.5x5 tent. I think I might have said 4x4, but this is the 2.5x5 tent. And here we have two more of the Peach Sherbet OG. Same package of seeds, same everything. The only difference in here, well, of course, we are growing under different lights. We're using the Mars Hydro FCE 1500s. We have two of them right here and right here. We also have Mars Hydro's ad lights, which are just ready. We're not using them quite yet, but we will be running that red and possibly some blue later on in flower as well. But for now, they're just getting the FCE 1500s. Fantastic. And they're also growing in the Mars Hydro deep water culture bucket system. So we have two in here. Check out, while I'm down here, check out the stalks on these. See all those little pointy things? I believe those were going to be roots at one point, and this one's not as much, but kind of interesting. So these are a week behind. They are pretty much done their stretch now though. Let's check out the stacking on compared to the ones in the Mars Hydro drip and drainage system. Really nice stacking, not quite as much of an internodal stretch that we had in the other one, but that could be definitely environmental factors. We did have some issues with this plant here. You can see right there, you can see the discoloration. Earlier on we had some problems and we never did really get it fixed. It does seem to be kind of readjusting itself as it went into flower, but we're using the exact same everything on this plant, and there's absolutely nothing, no discoloration or anything on the leaves. So eventually I just stopped chasing whatever this was. Thought it was magnesium. The pH was off, but again, it didn't affect this one near as much as this one. This one here has outgrown as far as height, but this one is also still quite a bit bigger mass all the way around. So they're both doing really well. We check out here the root systems. This is really nice big ball of roots, and I hear my leaves being chopped up by the fan when I lift that up there. Let's check this one here. Again, nice big ball of roots down there. Everything's doing well. I gotta add some water and nutrients here. One thing with this hydroponic system, you can see the little ball in this tube, and that tells you where your water level is. So yeah, I do have to top them up tonight. Another thing I have to do tonight is, as you've seen in the 5x5, we had cleaned out after their flip. We had cleaned out underneath. We have to do the same thing in here. We did do some clean out before we flipped the day of, but there's still a lot left to go, right? We have all this loose stuff or low stuff down here. This is all got to go, and we're just going to clean out a little bit in the middle and in through it, and we'll probably take off a few leaves up at the top as well. Let that light down there, let the air flow through it. And if you want to see what exactly I take off, go to last week's video where I did it to the 5x5, and that's exactly what I will be doing in here as well. All right guys, so there we have it. We got the outside bed, we got the start on that, and checked out the Peach Sherbet OGs from Perfect Tree inside, and we're gonna do some cleanup on the 2.5x5, and be sure to come back next week. We'll see how they're doing then, and I'm also going to show you next week the plant or plants that I'm going to be putting outdoors this year, so be sure to come back for that. All right guys, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and we'll see you on the next one. Happy growing.